All right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here. I'm here with my man Isaiah, the Fresh Prince Watkins. Isaiah, how we doing, my man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you, man?
I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. And Isaiah, man, it's been a while since we seen you in the cage. I mean, talk a bit more about how life's been, and like a little bit more about your MMA career and what's maybe next for you here.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 years. I think in April it'll be a little over 2 years since my pro debut, and I've been in the gym every day since. It's like I'm not haven't been in the gym. Been through, a manager, and now I'm currently signed with Showtime Promotions. So looking to get the ball rolling this year. I got 5 kids, so I had my last baby this year. So I took some time off, make sure being a dad first and stuff like that. Making sure life, getting all my priorities straight, because if life's hectic outside of the gym, you can't, really go put your all into the whole fight game. So just trying to make sure all my ducks are aligned before this thing really kicks off, because it's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of time away from the wife and kids, stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing. And I'm looking to get on APFC in Milwaukee March 29th. So
Nice. No, I
I'm getting
definitely think
after it.
yeah, no, I definitely think that would be an awesome location and definitely a good promotion to fight for. So definitely glad you got some news coming up soon. And now with that being said, I mean, you mentioned you've been staying active in the gym. I mean, talk a bit more about your training and who you kind of been training with as of recent.
Yeah, so I train at IBG at Indianapolis, Indiana, and Performex, which is also in Indianapolis. Um, and I've been, I would say I'm pretty much one of the, for the MMA side. Like we got like some boxers and stuff, some high level boxers that are around my weight. I fight at 170. So we got some high level boxers that are around my weight that I can get my sparring in. But for MMA wise, I'd say Corey Anderson pretty much been taking me under his wing and, just like showing me the ropes, very humble. He's been at the top, and still is at the top, current PFL light heavyweight champion. So it's really cool, to see that like he's not too flashy, not too this, and just like really like showing me the way it wants to be. Like, he's really lives humbly, invests his money the right way. A lot of us young bucks, we see like these top fighters, and we want to get the money, get the cars, get everything. But like he took a whole different route. He invests back into his stuff. So it's just been pretty cool to see, all that type of stuff. So he's pretty much taking me under his wing. I got to actually have the opportunity to go out to Dubai with him for his last fight. So that was really cool, just seeing what it takes, everything that it takes at the highest level, be around a bunch of high level coaches. I got to meet Khabib, Islam, Umar, Usman, and all those guys out there. So that was pretty cool because he's in tight with them. I got to meet Nick Catone and Frankie Edgar and just like, all these crazy people you grow up watching, and then it's just like so crazy. But he's really definitely been like a big brother and just like looked out and just like showed me like kind of the finer things, but like what it takes to get there at the highest level.
Yeah, no, that's definitely awesome. Definitely glad you were able to experience something like that. And now, when it comes to like meeting like Khabib's team and everything like that, I mean, what was maybe some of your favorite memories that you might have had with that moment?
It was just real quick, like, interactions, but it's like, they say money changes people and fame changes people. From my experience with these guys were all very like humble. You're saying it's like hard not to, as a grown man, you still can fanboy out. So it's like, be honest, let's call a spade a spade. You know what I mean? So, hey, this Khabib, this Islam. You know what I mean? Like these are championship. These are like a high level guys, like the UFC. You know what I mean? And then so to be there, they were all very humble. They were all very respectful. Hey, can I get a picture? Yes, brother, no problem. Yeah, let's get a picture. And so it was pretty cool to go out there and meet those guys. They were all very soft spoken, all very humble.
Yeah, no, it's definitely incredible that you were able to experience that. And now you mentioned Corey Anderson; he's been helping you out a lot. What is maybe some of the best advice, or maybe some of the best things he's might have shown you being around him?
Um, I say, man, his work ethic, man. His work ethic. Like I thought I've always like had like a decent work ethic, like especially like when it comes to like fighting. But he just showed me like there's just another level to it. Like you're gonna make sacrifices in this stuff, but it's like pretty much like what is sacrifice like. I can't even explain because he has a family and everything, and we like a lot of the similar stuff, but his how he sacrifices, I guess, is would be like the biggest thing takeaway, like his work ethic, and then also um, when it comes to managing and investing back into himself and stuff like that. That's something that's huge because you think, like I was mentioned earlier, you think, oh, get these high level checks, get to UFC, get to PFL, wherever you get these high level checks, this money starts coming in. A lot of people, especially like me coming from where I come from poverty, I come from nothing. So it's like me growing up, you all this money coming in as a young man, you don't know what to do with this stuff. Like, oh yeah, let's go get some chains, let's go get some tattoos, let's go get some cars, let's get the crib, let's do whatever. You know what I mean? But no, he really just it really sat me down one day and explained the importance of it. This game is about longevity, especially being a combat sport. You only got a short window in your lifespan to do this. So best to invest in yourself. Like start with like your nutrition and make sure you got cold plunge, sauna, hot tub stuff, home gym stuff to invest back into your career so that you can, keep performing at the highest level, that you can perform at.
Right. No, I definitely think that stuff's definitely important. I'm definitely glad he was able to show you stuff like that. And now, when it comes to your training, I know it's been a while since we've seen you in the cage. I mean, but you've obviously been in the gym. I mean, do you think do you believe in ring rust at all? I mean, talk a bit more about your mindset going into your next fight here.
I think for me, it's more of yeah, I think it's just more mindset, man. Like I remember one time a couple years ago, I seen a Justin Gaethje quote, and he's like, "Man, I envision everything that can go wrong, everything that can go right. Just envision everything. So when stuff comes in there, you're not surprised, and you can perform at the best that you can perform at." And I kind of just like adopted that. I don't believe in ring rust. Before my last fight, it was like a year and a half because once again, kids, taking time off and stuff like that. But nah, man, I don't believe in ring rust. I obviously, believe like, it takes time to get comfortable in the cage, but as far as like going out there and fighting and performing, I feel like when them lights hit me, man, I'm just like a whole different person. Like, in the gym, hold back maybe a little bit in certain types, like in sparring or whatever, not giving people like, my full power forever. When them lights come on, I'm unrecognizable. I feel like my mindset's different. It's like a switch flips. It's like, all right, I ain't gotta apologize for this. I ain't gotta worry about, hurting a teammate. I ain't gotta worry about coach getting up. I'm like, Isaiah, come on, man. Like, something nothing like that. I can go out there. My opponent knew what he signed up for. I knew what I signed up for. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. And I can go out there and be me. I don't gotta hold back. I don't gotta do nothing.
Right, right. No, I definitely think that's a good mindset. I definitely think that's going to be a good approach for you as well. And now, when it comes to your training and everything like that, I mean, how active do you kind of want to be in 2026? How many fights are you maybe looking to have?
We're looking at three minimum, at least four maximum this year. We're looking to get the ball rolling, having a good, like pretty much. I want this to be a good breakout year. If I can fight, if I can do all my fights for the holidays, obviously with the family and stuff, that'd be cool. Like the bigger, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and stuff like that. That'd be cool. But if not, I'm just looking at. I'd like to get four fights, God willing, but three minimum. We're looking to have a pretty active year, and I'm really just looking to get established, get my name on the board, and so people can see me, see what I'm working with, and see the me that I know I can be, and that I know I am.
Right. No, I definitely think that's pretty realistic, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing those fights. And now, when it comes to your 2026, how active you are, I'm also I want to know as well too. What are maybe some of your goals that you might have with your career right now? Talk a bit more about that.
Yeah, like I said, but this has been a breakout year. Just like I just want to go out there and just not prove to anybody, but just more so prove to myself that you know I'm not a waste of nobody's time. Prove to myself like I'm not a waste of nobody's time. And like I said, just really have a breakout year, just like literally come out from nowhere, be a dark horse in a race, be like, oh, this dude's easy pickings. I got this saying I always tell my friends, like, Zay, you light skinned. Like, just because I'm light skinned don't mean it's sweet. You know what I mean? Don't mean it's all sweet over here. There's different type of light skins, and I'm not one of the sweet ones. So I'm not on no Drake stuff, not on no none of that. So um yeah, I'm just really looking to have a good standout breakout year. Like I said, really get my name on the board, really get into some good fights. And then hopefully in 2027, 2028, we could talk about UFC, PFL, Contender Series, whatever the big show has to offer.
Yeah, no, I definitely think 2027, 2028 could definitely be realistic if you stay active, kind of like you mentioned. That's definitely important. And no, obviously, you mentioned you've had like a lot of kids outside of the cage, but I also want to know, I mean, what else do you kind of like to do outside the cage when you're not in there training and fighting?
Man, so with the family, man, all I literally do is work, train, and then I come home to my family, man. I'm a God-fearing man. I'm a God-loving man. So pretty much all that, all these sacrifices gonna be made early. Me and my wife, I tell her all the time, it's like it's not gonna be hard. It's not gonna be like this for forever. Just stick with me to the end, and I promise, God will make it worthwhile. I'll do my best to everything that I can do to my ability to make it worthwhile. So pretty much, I mean, I'm just a simple guy, man. I like going on hikes. I like listening to music. I like eating good food. I don't smoke, I don't drink, so I like eating good food. I like hanging out with my peoples. Um, yeah, man, I'm just a simple guy, man. Just a simple guy from the Midwest. I don't do too much. I chill out. I like to watch movies. Grew up on a lot of movies, so I like to watch movies, listen to music, stuff like that, man. It's not
Yeah.
too much. It's not. I can't. I wish I had this exciting life. Yeah, man. I go bungee jumping every weekend. I do all this. It's not me, man. I'm just a simple guy. Like to enjoy the little things in life.
Yeah, no, fair enough. That's definitely some good stuff there. And now you mentioned you like to listen to a little bit of music, man. I mean, what's about maybe some of your favorite artists or just like kind of music you like to listen to?
So I listen to a lot of Christian artists. So like there's a lot of dudes named so Caleb Gordon, Alex John, this dude named Call Him D, Jay Monty, this girl named Jackie Hill. But I also listen to a lot, man, I listen to everything, man. I listen to country music. I listen to my wife's from Mexico and most of my friends are Mexican or some form of Latino. So I listen to a lot of Hispanic music. I listen to old school emo rock. I listen to heavy metal. I listen to everything, man. You can't put me in any crowd in any genre. Like, oh, this dude won't fit in. Maybe K-pop. I don't really mess with the K-pop too much, but like, you can't put me in any crowd like that. I won't know. You got old school hip hop. I'm there. You got old school like what's that? Motown type style. I'm there with the Temptations and all them. I'm there. I'm listening to all that. You got AC/DC. I'm in that crowd. You got what is it? Uh, Give me an old school. You got Rascal Flats, bro. Bro. I'm in every genre. You can't put me in any room with anybody that I won't be like, oh, y'all can listen to that. Y'all can listen to that and make friends. I'll be in any genre. There's nothing that I don't listen to. My playlist is all over the place.
No, that's awesome, man. You definitely got to mix it up. I'm definitely glad you're able to have like a good genre with that being said. And now another thing I want to ask you about as well too. I mean, you've been fighting for a long time now, like over 10 plus years now. I mean, talk a
Yeah.
bit more about it. Kind of how you got into fighting and some of your first days on the mat.
Yeah, so actually I started as a boxer first. But even before that I wrestled sixth grade, eighth grade, freshman and senior year. Um but I was trash. Like I wasn't like I started, but it's like one of them things like where we didn't have like, an upperclassman or someone good, they just had to fill the spot. So I wasn't like nobody's like number one pick or nothing like that. And boxing, I started boxing because I was getting bullied. I got picked on. My uncle got tired of it, sent me to this boxing gym back home where I'm from in Marion, Indiana, and literally went in there and from 15 to 18 I boxed. I probably had like maybe like a 50-50 record or I had maybe even a losing record. Um Won Golden Gloves twice due to nobody showing up. So it's like probably one by default, right? And then I felt like I wasn't getting the training that I wanted to, that I needed to get to reach my dreams to go to that next level. So I went to this other gym in Wabash, Indiana. Um, and my head coach there, he was a professional MMA fighter. And he decided, shake off the ring rust, get back in there again. I went to his fight and I just the atmosphere of the MMA world. I was like, man, forget boxing. This is what I want to do. And sure enough, I learned how to grapple. I learned how to throw kicks. And then when I got in there to the cage, it just like stuff started clicking for me. I don't know if it was the fact that I was able to mix it up or what it was, but stuff just started clicking. And a lot of people see me as a striker, but if you look at all my amateur fights, I have 12 amateur fights, and 50% of them are by finish, and four of those finishes are by submission. So it's like I learned a lot. Like I'm a full mixed martial artist, and that's pretty much how I got into it. So from 15 to 18, I was doing boxing. From 18 to now, I just turned 28 on the 15th, and yeah, I've been doing MMA.
Yeah, no, I definitely think your career's definitely been going well for sure. And now, when it comes to maybe your amateur career or your pro career, I mean, talk to us a bit more about maybe your favorite finish or your favorite fight that you might have had overall in your career.
See, man, they've all been so good. I feel like my second to last amateur fight was a good one because it was in Kokomo, Indiana, and it was a good that's probably my favorite one because like I overcame a lot. Like dude was a judo black belt. From everybody looking in, grappling has been my weakest area. I'm not weak in that area, but it's just been my weakest area. And so everybody was like, "Oh, he's gonna, hip toss, I mean, whatever. But he did wrench in the first round. He wrenched the hip toss. I scramble. I fight out. I'm on top. Wasn't much of nothing. Second round come out, and I hurt him. I hurt him bad with a punch. Gassed myself out, kind of just. But when I even when I'm tired, I have power in my hands, so I'm still punching him, punching him. Just overcome a lot. He throws up an armbar submission, which in my career I've been finished twice by armbar. While I was winning the fight, just got caught, got bloodthirsty, overreached, and then stuff like that. Um, but I get out of that submission with there was 5 seconds left on the clock in the second round. I get out of that submission, go back, come back to the third round. I think there's like 40 seconds left, maybe or something like that. Go in and finish him. But just to overcome, especially not had fighting in a while, and before that fight, I had just recently got saved, gave my life to the Lord. So like going in there with that peace of mind, that power, that really, yeah, that peace of mind, that confidence, it really changed the way I look at fights. And fight nights for me are definitely even the weight cut is even special. It's spiritual for me in a sense of that way. Like I just invite God in and I feel different, I look different, and I trust in the process. So that's probably that's probably my favorite fight that I've had so far. I haven't really had a fight where um a Robbie Lawler versus Roy McDonald type thing. I haven't had that fight where, me and Dude are just both like equal in that way and we just got to dog it out. I haven't had that fight or even got to show my full stand up yet. I don't believe. Um, but yeah, that's probably my favorite fight where I overcame stuff that's put me down in the past. And, it was just good. It was a
Yeah.
good night that night.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like a good night for sure. And now obviously, you have one fight as a professional. What was maybe some of the biggest things you might have noticed, like difference wise, from the amateur career versus the pro scene?
The pro scene from right now, it's very political. It's very political in the sense of people want to get the right fights at the right time to move them in their career, which I get, and amateurs, and I wish I had this mindset more going to amateurs. Is like wins and losses. I wish amateurs, coaches would put more on amateurs. Like, yeah, it's about winning and, it's about winning, getting your confidence up, but it's more so getting experience, getting comfortable in the cage, all this type of stuff. Um, Pros is more political. It's like, yeah, you could have a good fight, but it's like not too early. I experienced that. I've had one fighter, even before I had that one fight, there was um people, who may be 2-0, 3-0. They'll be like, they'll accept the fight and they'll be like, no, they turned you down. I'm like, What the heck? I'm 0-0." And then so it's just like, if you're too dangerous for and the last point of my amateur career, that's kind of what it was. It was you're for a higher level guy, you're too much of a risk, but you can't really fight no lower level guy because you got too many fights. So it kind of seems like that's what it has. It's been like, oh yeah, they accept this fight. Like I'll get offers, we'll accept, and then like start training. And I've had one where I've been in camp for like 2 weeks, starting to camp, and then everything falls through. So that's also played a part into uh my recent inactivity is I've been trying to get fights. We've got fights lined up, but then no one's accepting fights at that moment, or you know they're accepting them and then they're like, and now we changed our mind. So, and I should take that because I was getting down on myself for a longest. I was like, man, I'm like, what is it, why can't I get fights, man? I suck. But it's like, man, they probably see something dangerous in me that I'm not seeing, so maybe let me shift my mindset for a second. There's something about me that these fights aren't getting taken and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely have heard that a lot from interviews. Like a lot of guys at your level, they struggle to get fights. So it definitely makes a lot of sense, kind of what you're saying, and definitely makes sense why you've had such a long layoff. But hope APFC will definitely get you that fight in March, like you mentioned. That would be pretty awesome to see back in there. And now I also want to ask you about as well too. When you got in contact with APFC, I mean, talk a bit more about what that was kind of like. Finally, kind of getting that potential fight again. Talk a bit more about like the nerves and everything like that.
So like I first got in contact with APFC, my boy Lorenzo Trevino. I think you've done an interview with him as well. Um, he he put me on. So Lorenzo took me to Florida when he was fighting for Karate Combat, and I had a different manager at the time, but kind of the same thing: getting fights offered, no fights, or turning down fights, stuff like that. And then I didn't really just have that connection like I feel like a manager and thing have, And then Lorenzo's manager was there. He's now my manager, Sammy. He came in there and he was just chopping it up with me, putting me on game about the fight world and stuff like that from a point of view, point of from a different point of view that I've never seen before. And then so we're getting to talking, and then I just like the way he moved, and he just even told me he's like, "Hey, yo, man, whatever it is, if no, he wasn't really trying to force me to sign with him. He was just like real cool. Like I could tell, like we built a relationship off Jump Street, so it was real cool. And then so I signed with ended up signing with Showtime, and it's just been cool to see ever since. Even when I go to the events and stuff like that, he's always came out of his way, said what's up, and just made it feel like home, made it feel like family and stuff like that. And as far as getting this fight coming up, just getting anybody a name in there, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to show myself, even if it's a I'm just excited to get back in there because, like I said, man, I like being under those lights. A lot of people, especially in the fight world, I'm sure you've heard of it. You get a lot of people who are gym stars and leave their career in the gym, and they try to win practice, and it's like, man, I train with dogs. I train with high level people. I train with people who can kick my butt every day. So when I get under there and I ain't got to hold back, I can go in there. I can let my hands loose. I can let I can really go in there and show my creativity, show what I'm about. Man, I'm excited just to get back in there. My wife is excited. My family's excited. Like, man, when are you getting back in there? When are you getting back? I wish I could tell y'all. I really do. I really wish I could tell y'all. I'm itching to get back in there just as much everybody else. I'm really just really looking forward to getting a name and just to really going into that visualization, that mental preparation. For me, I feel like the fighting part is just so mental. A lot of people feel like they gotta hate their opponent. For me, it's nothing even like that. Like I told you, it's very spiritual. It's very calm. I've had one of my coaches. I remember one time he told me he was like, I've never seen somebody so calm, like when they're about to go into a fight. It's kind of like eerie. It's kind of scary. And it's like I'm not the type of fighter that needs to be hyped up. You ain't gotta, hey, say let's go, let's nah, that's not me. Let me chill. I'm already locked in. Let me I'm already there. And as fighters, I feel like a lot of people they need to know, like, man, we signed up for this. Of course we're gonna be there. Now sometimes you might need a flip switch, but for me, I'm already there. I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go out there. I'm calm. I visualized everything. I visualized the worst case scenarios. I visualized the best case scenarios. I visualized dog fights. When I get a name, I just need a name and let's visualize this bad boy. That's all I need. All I need is a name. And for me and that other person, whoever it is, to follow through, get to fight night, and then we can scrap. We can throw these things.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm definitely, looking forward to, this, upcoming fight. It's definitely gonna be, awesome to see, and, Isaiah, man, it's been, awesome, for you, taking the time. I really appreciate you, coming on. What's maybe your, final message out there to the fans, watching this video?
Final message: God is real. Jesus is good. And March 29th, APFC, Milwaukee. Tune in for your boy because it's gonna be something special.
Yes, sir. No, it's definitely, gonna be awesome, man. Thank you so much for, taking the time. It means a lot to me, and, definitely looking forward to, seeing you, get back in action, my man.
I appreciate you, my boy.